and stuff, I was just sort of about to ask you, like, obviously these are great initiatives, and it's really, really good that football's making these changes, but with them being so new, are there some issues with them, and where do you think it's going to go in the next 5 years, and how do you think clubs should get there, or is it already perfect?
It's not perfect, no. Definitely not. I mean, in order for something to happen, and in order for something to us to assess its impact, it has to be over a certain amount of time. So for me, there has to be a practice or a procedure that starts now, and we track it over time, longitudinal, to say this is working, this isn't working. And that should be done from an independent factor, I believe. Doesn't necessarily have to be done club driven. There should be an independent body that looks at the aftercare provision. There'll be some great individuals within football clubs, and they'll all be slightly different. Their backgrounds will be slightly different, because at the moment, for me, nobody can tell me what a good player care officer is or a good aftercare player officer is. We don't know that yet. We don't even know what qualifications are best suited for that. It touches so many different areas. To be really good at it, you must understand the person. So the child, you need to understand them. You need to understand their parents and their influences. You need to understand where they want to get to. You need to be able to liaise with the coaches. You need to understand what football's about, and you know, in terms of the competitive environment, you must be able to talk football as well with the child. That's my belief. So you've got to be ingrained in it. You must also have an understanding of education and pedagogy, counseling, psychology. I mean, there's a whole raft of experiences. You then must look at the softer skills and be empathetic. You must be able to listen. You must be able to act. You must be able to solve. You must have autonomy within a football club to make changes in terms of approach or outlook, or even funding. You know, you've got to be a budget holder to be able to go and do things. So there's so many things that you need to be within that role, and that's going to evolve over time. I 100% hand on heart don't believe that anybody knows yet or can tell me what a player care officer should look like, or an aftercare player officer should look like. And that'll be interesting how that manifests itself and how that evolves. What they're doing will be interesting to see, because it'll be different. You know, how many times do you need to talk? What is the process to stay in touch? What is the process to support post care? How do they signpost? How, you know, what is the connectivity, the network that they have? You know, if I've got someone who's presenting with suicidal tendencies, do I feel that I'm the best person to deal with that? No. So should I signpost them to somewhere? Yes. But who is that, and how do they get in a room together? So there are loads of things in which will be tested and will be tried and tested, which they'll go through. There'll also be things like, you know, if we take a category 1 academy, for example, there may be at age 18, there may only be 50% of them may get taken on to the 23s, which is kind of generic. 40 to 50% get taken on for that additional year's development. 50% will then go. Let's just go 50-50 split. So you're talking of a squad of 16, maybe. Let's just say that 8 and 8. So 8 have gone, 8 have stayed. So you're looking at 8 to look after in that 1 year. Of that 8 in that category 1, it's probable that at least 50% will get a trial and a deal at another academy, category 2, category 3, category 4. So their journey in football will continue. It just won't continue at that club. So now we're looking at maybe 4. Within that 4, it might be that 2 able to go on a trial and get somewhere. They may go to America, they may go here. So you may only be dealing with 2 that haven't been able to find something, that haven't been able to get moving, that haven't been able to find a new passion and a new beginning. So now you can work very, very structured around 2 individuals. So you can do some really quality work. And of course, that'll evolve as you move on through the years. So at the outset, there'll only be 2. The following year, there might be 4, there might be 6, there might be 8. And then it'll be cumulative. That's when it'll get, that for me is when it will become it'll become interesting to see how the department evolves, because I think it will. But right now, putting in money to at least provide a person of qualification and a person of contact within that football club is a start point, and a title is a start point. That's a start point, and I think it'll evolve, like I say. So there's so much to work on here, and you know, it'll be interesting, like I said, to see how this evolves, who will become responsible for it within the club, what independent body is going to be auditing it, I suppose, because the EPPP is audited, isn't it? So it'll be interesting to see who picks that up. And I dare say this is all something that's already in the background, and it's already something that's being approached, and possibly already something that's been facilitated, and we're just unaware of it just yet.